Police in the nation's capital will be on high alert today as several pro-Trump groups are expected to take to the streets with counter-demonstrators set to show up as well. Could there be violence? NBC's Ellison Barber is there in Washington with the latest. Ellison, good morning.
Good morning, Peter. President Trump actually tweeted about these events, saying that it was heartwarming to see this sort of support and that he might try to stop by and say hello at some of the D.C. rallies. Only two groups have officially requested permits from officials here in D.C., one for a prayer vigil in front of the White House, the other for a First Amendment rally, as they described it, right here in Freedom Plaza. If you walk back with me a little bit, you can see some of what is happening here. The permit for this area was approved for 10,000 people. You can see there are already supporters, different people selling merchandise, gathering in this area. We don't know exactly how big today's protest will be, in part because we've seen counter-protesters organizing online and also other people supporting President Trump planning to come out and protest the results of the election, but those people have not officially requested permits. We did see some supporters of President Trump arrive last night, and there was some sort of disturbance between them and counter-protesters where D.C. police actually had to step in and get involved. Some of these rallies first seemed to appear online, being organized by a far-right bigoted group that calls themselves the Proud Boys. If you've heard that name before, if it sounds familiar to you, that's probably because President Trump mentioned it in the first debate where he told them to stand back and stand by. Earlier this week, the so-called chairman of that group posted on social media telling his supporters that the standby order has now been rescinded. We do know that D.C. police, they are aware of these events. They tell us, and when I asked them if they were expecting any sort of violence or if they had any known threats, they didn't directly answer that question, but did send a reminder to the public saying that according to D.C. code, regardless of any permit someone may have, it is illegal to carry a firearm within 1,000 feet of First Amendment activities. Peter?
Ellison Barber here in Washington. Ellison, thank you very much.